Hey everybody, welcome to our Industrial Steampunk YouTube hub. Please read the rules and follow them, and then you will have a chance to make beautiful prizes given by our generous sponsors. We have a lot, so you have a lot of chance to win a prize. Don't forget to watch the videos of all my fellow artists, and we are all together in this. So my name is Grey Rat and this is my video. I took an alarm clock from Tim Holtz and I put the backside out, and I will cover everything in a clear gesso, so I'll be sure that my other mediums will get a grip on this metal. After drying, I did the same on the background, although later on it wasn't so necessary, but okay. This is an old clock. It was teared apart and I said I want it, and I think it would be great in this project. I put some heavy body gel on almost everywhere on the alarm clock, and then I took some leftovers I have from the A1 acrylics and from resin and from eggshells, and I put them all over just to make a texture. The heavy body gel will keep everything great in place, so when it's really dry you can easily paint over it with black gesso, so you can make your colors, or white gesso, just what you prefer. As you can see, I use the eggshells. And after I'm done, I'm getting my stuff back in my can, because you never know where you can use it. Drying it really well, so everything will be in place. So I can paint everything again with black gesso. I used the Finnabair one because it's really thick, and I like it very much because it's in one layer, it's all covered. If you hit the glass, it's not a problem because you can wipe it off later with a wet tissue. When this was dry, I took the dial of the clock and I was checking which hands of the clock I would like. I took the Mitform Castings and I like that one. So I take again the heavy body gel from Finnabair, put it together, and just remove some excess I have left with a wet brush. Drying it really good. Taking the half gear of Mitform and also covered it in the gesso, because I want to put it on top of the alarm clock. I think that's a great place for it. Dry it really well, and then it will stick in place. Then I took the dial of the clock again and put some Nouveau clear embossing powder on there, so I can take my glaze embossing powder from Tim Holtz, and I used the Rusty Hinge in this one. And when I was drying, it was really so beautiful. Because of the glaze, you can see the numbers on of the clock still. I just missed a spot, so I'm going to put some extra there. And when I did that, I saw that it was a little bit darker, and I liked it, so I did it on the other sides of the clock also, just to get some more interesting background. The Distress embossing glaze from Tim Holtz. I removed the excess from the embossing powder because I do not like if it's really square or something like that, so this is better. After drying very well, you can see, because then it's gonna deglaze, I will take my background and see if everything fits, and then I'm using the heavy body gel again to put my hands of the clock in place. I'm using a vintage rust effect spray here for the outside of my clock. I will put the description in the description box. I sprayed it. It has a really nice finish, and it is really fast to get a really rusty look. And when I was doing that, my gear came off, so I have to glue it on again, but that's not a problem. Drying it really well, and it will stick in place. I sprayed something on the paper so I can use it for the size of the clock. And after that, just cleaning my glass with some baby wipes. Here you see the Zuri mold from the Lovable box. I put a Mitform casting screw on there, just to give it a more steampunk finish. Covered it in black gesso, dried it really well. And using a Stamperia biscotto acrylic paint to give it a bit of a rusty color, but it was really light. And you can see after this that I will take another color to make it more dark. This acrylic paint is from Pentart. It is the Rust Effect paint set. And you have also the Patina Effect paint set. I used both in them. Not all colors, but I just took the colors I liked the most. You can see here you get different colors, and that will make it more rusty. Just checking where I want it on the clock, but I'm always changing my mind, so it doesn't matter. This one is also from the Rust Effect paint set, and this one also. I made some combinations. I just used three or four colors and randomly put them on the clock just to get a grungy, rusty look. It's just what you like the most. After drying that, I will take another gear. This one was too big. This one is going to be great. And put it on the other gear of Mitform. Just some paint on it. And then I'm going to use a blue greenish color out of the Patina Effect paint set, because it is really highlighting everything. And I liked it very much, so I put it on the alarm clock also, and on my Lovable bug. Gluing the gear again with the heavy body paste from Finnabair, and using the Mitform casting screws just to put some interest into the hands of the clock, and to get some into the background just to make it interesting. I painted them the same way as I did the other gears, just with some acrylic paints from Pentart, from the patina and the rust set, and making it more interesting with some other colors. Then gluing them again on the dial of the clock, and this one is finished. Just needed to color the sides of the clock, and I used the green patina set also for that. Using the same on the background and some Stamperia paste. I will write the name in the description box. Just if I put the dial of the clock on the background, you will not see the black gesso, like this. Now I'm painting the inside of the clock, and I'm using the yellow from the patina set, from the rust set, and I'm using the yellow from Finnabair, from her rusty set. So I get two different kinds of yellow coloring, and it will make things more interesting. I took some wax from Finnabair to make it a little bit more shiny. This is the Ace Brass. And I also highlighted some of the parts of the clock just to, you can see the texture more. Then I'm using the premium marketing mold with the gears from Finnabair. I put them out of the mold a little bit early so they are still bendable, and I can use them in the round and the inside of the clock. Painting them the exact same way with some yellow and some green colors, and then highlighting them with the wax. And then the difficult part came because I had to glue them on the inside. But because they were still not really dry, I could easily put them in there and just dry them. I glued these one with the 3D gel from Finnabair, and I put about 6 or 7 gears in there. It took a while because you have to keep them very tight so they won't get out of place. Time to put the clock back together and clean everything on, because I glued the lovable block onto the glass. And then I was watching and I was like, okay, I totally miss the hands of the clock now, so I removed it and placed it to the other side of the clock. A girl can change her mind. This is the better way, because then you see the gears from Mitform more. Just a close-up for all the texture. I hope you liked it, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This is the end result, and I'm really happy with it, and I hope you liked it too.